काळ बदलता तशीच आमच्यो संवय आसात त्यो बदलतात. तशेंच काळा प्रमाण आमचें खाण जेवण आसा तें बदलता, लायफस्टायल बदलता आनी ह्या लायफस्टायलीक लागून खुबशीं दुयेंसां आसा तिवूय आमी येताना पळयतात आनी नवीं नवीं दुयेंसां आमकां आयकपाक येता. दुयेंसां म्हणचे परस कांय लायफस्टायल चेंजीसाक लागून खुबशे डिजऑर्डर्स आसा ते आमकां पळोवंक मेळटा. आनी अशेंच एक डिजऑर्डर जे पळय आमकां आयडेंटिफाय जाता आनी गोंयान सद्या वाडटना आमी पळयतात तेय बीन भुरग्यां मदीं आनी टिनेजर्सां मदीं तें म्हणजेच ओबेसिटी. आनी ह्याच विशयाचेर आयज खूब विस्तारान उलोवपाक आमचे बरोबर आसा डॉक्टर जोलीन. डॉक्टर जोलीन एक हेमिओपॅथीक कन्सल्टंट आनी न्युट्रिशनिस्ट आनी ती आयज ह्याच विशयाचेर आमकां खुबशे म्हायती आसा ती दितली आनी हेजेरूच आयचो आमचो संवाद आसतलो. डॉक्टर जोलीन, वी वेलकम यू इन आवर
Thank you.
स्टुडियो. येस. सो टू बिगीन वीथ पयल्यान पयलीं तुका हें विचारतलें लायक वॉट इज ओबेसिटी?
Okay. So basically, obesity is a problem of your metabolism. Whereas there's a lot of fat storage that starts happening in your body. And what we've seen lately is a rise in child obesity.
Yeah.
Now, the latest reports or the research states that by 2030,
Yes.
we'll have over 300 million children between the age group of 7 to 14
Okay.
in India being overweight.
Oh.
So this is not just, what I would say a problem that we can take lightly.
Yeah, and the number is
The number
huge.
is
Yeah.
huge and it is rising alarmingly.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's alarming, but we are not working on it, maybe.
exactly.
So yeah. So what are the reasons that we see in
The
this,
reason for child
obesity and child obesity and also amongst the teenagers?
Okay. So first of all, I think the problem lies in glorifying being fat when you're a child, you know.
Yeah.
So parents want their kids to be plump and they call it healthy.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was in college, we used to have something called as healthy baby contest.
Okay.
You know, and everybody, most of the parents, they wanted their kid to win because the child's weight was more.
Oh.
But that was not the criteria. You know, when you say your child is healthy,
Yeah.
weight is not what you should be keeping in mind. And there are a lot of parents who feel dejected that their kid is lean. Is
Yeah.
thin. They want their kids to be, and it's
Yes.
called as baby fat.
Hmm.
And I have a lot of parents who come to me also and tell me, "Na doctor, mujhe chodu, mashe healthy asa."
Yeah.
So fat is not healthy. And if the child is lean, they'll say, "Ago kite go khai jevna."
Sukla and all that.
Sukla.
These terms are used.
These terms are used. So,
Yeah.
you know, the child is literally body shamed. So, that is where the change has to happen. First of all, we as individuals should stop glorifying, you know, a healthy or a fat child as healthy. That is the number one reason I
Yes.
think, you know, we are seeing an increase in
obesity
among our kids. Secondly, Goa has undergone a huge lifestyle transformation. You know, with so much of exposure to social media and nowadays the cultures, both parents are working, and it is not the parents that have to be blamed, it's the entire culture that has changed. You know, the whole socio-economic background of the state has changed, which has led to this. And this has brought in a lot of packaged food into our diet.
Yes.
This has brought in a lot of inactivity into our lifestyle. You know, initially we would go out and play. There were a lot of activities
Outdoor
that
activities, actually.
correct, that children were involved into. It could be even simple activities like gardening, cleaning of your house or things like that. Today I see a lot of kids only with their gadgets. They come home from school, they're sitting in front of the TV and eating their food. Then they go for tuitions, they come back.
So they
Again,
only
it's-
sit, basically.
Exactly. So baspache chod jata. Inactivity is one of the biggest reasons today. And of course, the whole eating pattern has changed. Now, when a client walks into my clinic, I always ensure that if I am giving this, suppose it's a parent, a plan, a diet, I want to ensure that the entire family will eat the same food.
Okay.
You know, I'll tell you why. Because the mother ends up making a separate meal for the kids, a separate meal for the spouse, a separate meal for herself.
Yeah.
And then it's like a multi-cuisine restaurant nowadays.
Yeah.
But when we were growing up,
Mhm.
we always had to eat whatever was made.
Yes.
That was like the final thing. There were no options given.
Actually.
Today the child is given pasta because
Mm.
oh, that's what they want to eat. Maybe the father wants to eat something
Yeah.
else. The mother is maybe on a diet, so
Mm.
she's eating something else. So another thing that has happened is that uniformity in the diet has broken down.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest reasons this is happening is because of the influence of what we are seeing, on social media.
And we crave for it.
Exactly. So somebody is following keto in
Hmm.
the house. Another person is following intermittent fasting in the
Yeah.
house. So the child is confused. Baba, what should I
Hmm.
eat? What kind of a diet should I follow?
Actually.
So these are, I think, the trends that have actually changed and led our
Hmm.
kids into this
Yes.
issue.
And as you mentioned, doctor, how harmful is these things, the processed fruits?
Yeah.
Because we are tempted towards it.
Correct.
And we can't avoid it. As a
Exactly.
teenager also, we can't avoid it.
Right.
So how will stop a child
From yeah.
these things?
So first of all, let's understand what is processed food.
Hmm.
Basically, even when you chop a fruit,
Yeah.
it is processed.
Okay.
Okay. So when we as medical professionals talk about processed food, we mean the ultra processed food that comes in a packet.
Okay.
Now, when you walk into a supermarket today, there are aisles and aisles of cereals and processed or ultra processed. There's
Yeah.
meats, there is vegetables, there's everything that is processed.
Hmm.
So one way that we can help our children understand that, this is not good is by helping them read what is on the label.
Hmm.
And that comes to awareness, that comes to education. So I would want the parents to first get
Yeah.
into this habit. Whenever you're picking up a packet,
Yeah.
whenever you're buying a tin or a can that is, said healthy on the front, make sure you turn that packet and read what
Yes.
is actually inside it. So
Hmm.
that is one of the biggest tip that I give my clients also at my
Okay.
clinic. Like I tell them that you have to read food labels to identify it first. Second, do not give your junk food or packet food as rewards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So today, if the child has done something good, has won an award in school, or has done well in their studies, we take them out for a treat to an American
yeah.
food joint which is only serving junk, right?
Actually.
From fried chicken to burgers and
To
all of
fries.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we have kind of glorified this junk food.
Hmm.
They have entered into the market, but we have brought it into our house.
Yeah.
That is what I believe. And one of the biggest reasons is the influence that we have.
Yeah.
Because then when you go to these food chains, it is very Instagrammable, no?
Actually.
Like you want to go there, take a picture, post it on Instagram, tell everybody, oh, I was there.
Yeah, I
So
visited.
it is a kind of a way that you're even socializing and you're kind of. So it's actually
You're fitting in the trend, maybe.
Correct. So a lot of parents or a lot of adults,
Yeah.
we suffer from FOMO.
Yes.
That is fear of missing out. So this is one way that we've brought that junk food into our families, into our lives.
Yes. Doctor, when we see anything coming in, like any disorder or any disease, we look it as a problem.
Correct.
So, but problem has solutions.
Yes, of
So,
course.
what is a solution for this thing?
So, you want me to tell you a solution for just child obesity or in
no,
general?
in general.
In general. Okay. The first thing that me as a doctor, I would want people to get more and more aware. Start getting educated. There are a lot of professionals out there. There's a lot of educative information out there. First, start getting aware of what is happening.
Okay.
Don't listen to some social media influencer or some celebrity who's done some sort of a weight loss diet and things like that and got results. So first is awareness. Second is, I would say, if your grandparents cannot identify this as food, they really don't know what this is, or they've not eaten it, then I think you should stay away from it. Especially foods that come in as healthy, vegan today is a trend. vegan is actually ultra processed food, and your
Okay.
body cannot process these foods well. Which now we've seen, though we are talking about getting healthy, we are
Mhm.
eating right, and we are following so many different kinds of diets, but
Yeah.
the rates of obesity, the rates of heart
Hmm.
attacks, the rates of diabetes, all
Yeah.
lifestyle diseases are not declining.
Mhm.
We in fact see a rising trend in all of this.
Yes.
Though we are eating more organic today, organic is another big market.
Yeah.
Like the food industry is booming,
Mhm.
but and we're telling people that we're selling you organic food, we're telling you that we're selling you healthy food,
Yeah.
but we don't see a decline in any of the lifestyle diseases. In fact, the lifestyle diseases are increasing day by day, and
Day by
now we've seen what is happening in Goa.
Yes.
It's really very scary. What is
Yeah.
happening to our children is very scary.
And as you mentioned now, this thing, the disease, like the heart attack and everything. So when we see any disease, it is connected to our lifestyle only.
Absolutely.
So doctor, like when a child is obese, like they are obese in their childhood only,
Mhm.
what are the risk factors or what are the risk disease
Okay.
they will see in the future?
Yeah. So before I answer
Hmm.
that, I'll tell you about a patient of mine who came. She's 10-year-old and she's
Okay.
90 kgs.
Oh,
Yes.
it's
She's not even, she's in her puberty, not yet got
Hmm.
her periods, but we got an ultrasound done and she already has PCOD.
okay.
Okay.
At this young age.
At this young age.
Hmm.
This is very, very alarming. I mean, it is high time we take things seriously now.
Yes.
And when we got through her history, we went and we kind of, did a research, because that is what we do with all of our patients. We take a good history in detail.
Okay.
We understood that it was just the lifestyle.
Hmm.
This has got nothing to do with genetics.
Yeah.
We try and blame genetics, saying that, oh, mujhe mummy moti asli, aji moti asli.
म्हणून
म्हणून-
आपण मोठी. Yes.
See, you cannot work on factors which cannot be changed. Like genetics cannot be changed. Your ethnicity of being Indian cannot be changed. But your lifestyle can definitely be changed.
Hmm.
So now this girl is at a huge risk for type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
The one I spoke to you about.
Yeah.
So type 2 diabetes is a huge risk that they have. The second thing is fatty liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver. I have so many young children who are brought with non-alcoholic fatty liver. Now, what is this non-alcoholic fatty liver? It is a damage that your liver is undergoing because of the high intake of carbs or high intake of refined carbs or refined sugars.
Okay.
And this is all coming from your packaged food. All your packaged juices, even though they say 100% healthy, they are the ones
and it is
causing
coming
it.
in secretly.
Yes. It's all hidden, all kind of masked with names of healthy, organic, and this extract and that extract. So, type 2 diabetes is a very big risk, non-alcoholic fatty liver. And in girls, there's a high risk of developing hormonal imbalance, which can lead to infertility in the future.
Like PCOD and PCOS also.
Correct.
Yeah. It's really alarming, doctor.
It is.
Actually.
It definitely is. And I see this face to face every single day. So I know exactly where we as a society are failing.
Yes.
And where we need to step up and say that this is it. Now we need to make a change.
Doctor, obesity is not only a physical disease.
Correct.
So I can say it is a mental disease too. So how to tackle it? Like we can relate it to a body shaming also.
Right.
They face body shaming.
Of course.
Yeah. Many actually they face body shaming. So how to tackle it, or how you as a nutritionist, how you can send a message to our audience that you can't really body shame it because they are
you can't.
Already going through it.
Exactly.
Like it's traumatic sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Like I said in the beginning, when your baby is nice and fat and plump, you call it healthy. But when the girl is of age of getting married, or the boy is of age of getting married, everybody wants a very thin bahu and a very thin damad. Nobody wants you to be overweight.
With
and that is where, that whole pressure of fitting into a certain
Mhm.
dress size or being a certain number on the scale comes.
Yeah.
So me as a nutritionist or me as a doctor, I would say, of course, you have to, fix your
Hmm.
mindset. You need to have that mindset of getting healthy and not just
Yeah.
losing weight.
Hmm.
That is something we tell, our patients. And this is what I also want parents to tell their kids. Now I have a lot of parents who bring their kids to me and say, no, I have weight loss karpak jai. Now
Okay.
imagine
Yeah.
a 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 14-year-old,
Hmm.
when their parents only say this, it is also even more traumatizing for them that,
Yeah,
this child
actually.
has to lose weight.
Hmm.
So the whole idea around getting leaner or, losing weight has to
Hmm.
change. That whole idea has to be getting fitter, getting
Yeah.
healthier. So I think that mindset change is one of the most important things.
Yes, and it should begin from the home.
Yes, it has to begin there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doctor, any this thing healthy options you can suggest to audience? Like
So, in fact,
can
not just healthy options, but I would suggest a few lifestyle changes that you
Okay.
can make,
Hmm.
And one of my biggest lifestyle
Yeah.
tip is to have a glass of water in the morning and a
Hmm.
fruit
Okay.
instead of that chai with biscuit or chai with
Hmm.
toast. Because
Yes.
most of us reach out for that first.
Yeah.
We've forgotten water, we've forgotten a fruit in the
Hmm.
morning. So I would want all of us to start our day with just a plain glass of water, nothing too fancy, no
Yes.
seeds and this and that, just a glass of water
Okay.
and a fruit in the morning. That would be my first tip.
Yes.
The second one is start moving more.
Hmm.
Today most of us have become pieces of furniture. We are just confined to a table and a chair and a system in front of us, and we can go
Yes.
hours without moving.
Hmm.
And that is one of the worst things to do. You could be eating healthy, you could be spending one whole hour in the gym every single day, but you're still inviting diseases if you're inactive during the day. So
Yeah.
what you do during the day has a huge role to play on your health.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got something called as visceral fat. Visceral
Okay, and
fat
what
is
is
the
it?
fat
Yeah.
that covers the organs.
Oh.
Yeah, so we've
Yeah.
got two types. We've got the
Hmm.
subcutaneous fat and the visceral fat. Now, to reduce this visceral fat, you can't do ab crunches and all of those. It's
Yeah.
just your activity during the day. You
Okay.
have to get active as
It's-
much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my second tip.
Like,
And the third, and one of the most underrated aspects
Hmm.
of health that I see today is sleep.
Okay.
We
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
give sleep any importance. We are running marathons, we are doing weight training, we are working for 11 hours, 12 hours sometimes, and recovery is hardly 4 hours and 5 hours.
Hmm.
And we sleep also very late, always
Yes.
after midnight.
Hmm.
And then we have to wake up and get going with the day forward. But
Yeah.
what is that sleep enough for you?
Hmm.
Are you getting good quality sleep? Are you recovering enough? Because if you're not getting enough recovery through your sleep, that means your body is not getting its natural detox.
Yes.
And then we run to clinics for detox. We do a tea detox. We do juice detox. We do salad detox. Nothing is going to work unless and until your body can get that much of recovery and sleep. There is no substitute for sleep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Doctor, we talked about this thing, the parents and their responsibility
Correct.
towards their child and everything.
Hmm.
But as a child, it is someone who is coming into society,
Correct.
who is a part of society. So how does a school or any this social institution play a crucial role to just make their lifestyle or change their lifestyle in a healthy way?
Correct. Now, I would say there are three ways in which our schools and institutions can actually make a change. Number one is regulate what is being sold in your canteens. Because your child is spending a lot of time in the school, more than the home. Today the child is in the school. So you need to regulate what is actually being sold at your canteen. So if you could put certain norms, certain regulations and ban certain food products, I think that would make a huge change to your institution and to your children. The next thing that a school or an institution can do is encourage more activity.
Yes.
So this is already happening in schools in Japan, in
Hmm.
Singapore, where they encourage their kids after every lecture, where they
Okay.
stand
Hmm.
for about a minute or 30 seconds or do some sort of activity, maybe just arm movements, just
Like
a
minor
few.
things. Yeah.
Yes, just a few things.
Mhm.
I think that'll make also another huge change.
Change.
And you have to encourage your kids to
Hmm.
be active, like get into some physical activity, some sport
Yeah.
that keeps you moving, not your games on your phones and your laptops and your iPads. Today,
Yes.
even when you go to a restaurant, sometimes these days you find kids on,
Hmm.
all these gadgets, all these devices. You
Yes.
cannot really hear kids making any noise.
Hmm.
And the last aspect is to create awareness. I
Yes.
think you get somebody to talk to your kids, or
Mhm.
you all train your teachers to inculcate these healthy eating habits in your children, and I think that will make a huge difference to their health.
Yes, doctor. Thank you for the conversation, doctor, and so insightful conversation it
Thank you
was.
so much.
Yeah, just a last question, not a question, but one message to our audience, to children, to this teenagers, that what is
Yeah.
a positive message you would like to give
Okay.
at this point?
So I think a message that I have for all parents and teenagers, and all of us adults, that we can start implementing right away, is to start reducing your screen time.
Mhm.
Because today that is
Yeah.
the biggest villain. It is not our food. Today we are
Yeah.
calling rice as carbs, and this as
Hmm.
unwanted, and this is making me fat, and that is increasing my blood sugars and diabetes and
Yes.
all of that. We're blaming our food for it.
Hmm.
But if you start implementing this, where you're reducing your screen time, you
Yes.
will make a huge difference to your health.
Mhm.
Kids, adults, all of us, because we are to
Yeah.
be blamed.
Mhm.
We are the ones who are actually
Mhm.
watching a screen while eating, and that is what your kid is watching and implementing.
Yes.
So I think that is one big
Mhm.
tip that I would have. You
Yes.
need to reduce your screen time.
Yes, thank you for your time, doctor, here.
It was
And
lovely to be
yeah,
here. Thank you so
same
much for
here.
having me.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. आयच्या डॉक्टर जॉलिना कडल्यान जाल्ल्या संवादांतल्यान आमी खुबश्यो गजाली आसात, जावं त्यो ऑबेसिटी संदर्भात, जावं आमच्या लायफस्टायली संदर्भात, जावं हेर गजाली संदर्भात ज्यो आमी बदलूंक जाय, ह्यो सामके सिंपल गजालींतल्यान आमी जाणून घेतल्यो. अश्योच नव्यो गजाली आनी नवे विशय आमी तुमच्या मेरेन घेवन येत रावतली. ते खातीर पळयत रावात द व्हॉयस फॉर गोंय.